Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. For today, we're going to be making these cute little, I'm going to use them as place cards, or not really place cards, but I'm going to use them as decorations on the place settings for all of my, seats at my Thanksgiving table this year. But you can really take this idea and use it for a ton of different things. That's just what I'm going to be using them for. So, they stand up just like this, and on the front I just went ahead and stamped a sentiment on there, and then we have our little ribbon up here. You don't have to stamp a sentiment. You could just write the person's name if you wanted to use it for a regular place card. The other thing that I was thinking you could do is you could still stamp it and then move the white piece up so that it's flush with the top, and you'd have some section down here where you could write the person's name. So there's tons of different things that you can kind of take this concept and flip and make it your own. But for today, we're going to be making this one. They're so stinking easy, super minimal supplies. I absolutely love it. So to go ahead and get started, we're going to be using the Painted Harvest stamp set because I am going to stamp that little sentiment that says, I am thankful for you. So I love this stamp set. It's perfect for this time of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But again, you can change it up. You don't have to do that. You can just write somebody's name on there or do whatever you want to do, because I'm kind of having people come in and out. On Thanksgiving Day, some people are going to come right away, some people are going to come later. I didn't want to have place cards so that people felt like they had to sit in a particular area. I don't even care about that, but I wanted something. So this is what I came up with. So we're going to be using this stamp set. We're also going to be using our burlap ribbon, which I love. We're going to be using our Early Espresso ink pad. I have a couple pieces here of Whisper White and Early Espresso cardstock. These aren't cut down to size. I was just going to cut them when I cut my designer series paper, so you guys can see the whole process. These are super easy, so this video shouldn't be too long, but we are using Whisper White and Early Espresso. And then I have some designer series paper here. This is from the, is it the Painted Harvest? Oh, why can't I ever remember? Yes, it's the Painted Autumn suite in the holiday catalog, and it's the designer series paper here. So I'm just using a few different papers from that set. I think today we'll go ahead and work with the sunflowers because those are probably my favorite. We're also using the scalloped tag top punch. Whatever the name of this is, I can never remember. As always, the links will be in the description box below. So we're going to be using that. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started, and let me move some stuff out of the way so that we can see a little bit better. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' trimmer, and usually I have all of this stuff prepped and it's just really easy for me to start going with you guys, but this one is so stinking simple that I figured we would just do the whole thing together. So I'm going to take my piece of designer series paper here, and I'm going to trim it down to, actually I'm going to do this first. I'm going to trim it to 6.5 inches, just like that. And then I'm going to flip it and I'm going to squish it down to 2 inches. Okay, so you can get quite a few out of one piece of designer series paper. I'm just going to make one for today, but you could do that. I don't know why I was trying to take my trimmer away. So I'm going to set this off to the side. We will be using the trimmer again with this piece, but I'm going to wait until I punch it first. So then I'm going to take my piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to cut this down to 1 inch. 1 inch by 2 inches. Okay. And then my piece of Early Espresso, I'm going to do 2 inches by 1.5. And that just gives us a really nice little sentiment area. And then, oh, I didn't cut that very well. Let me take some scissors and just trim that down just a hair. This gives us just enough room for our sentiment, and then to still see our pretty paper in the background. So everything will line up like that, and then these will line up on top of that. So I'm going to put my trimmer to the side, but don't put it too far because we will need it in just a second. I'm going to take my piece of designer series paper and put it into my punch and punch it once. and then flip it around and punch it a second time. This is very similar to the tag that we just made last week. Very, very similar to that, but we're doing something just a little bit different that kind of takes it on over the edge. So now I'm gonna bring my trimmer back in, and instead of using the trimming blade, I'm going to use the scoring tool, the scoring blade. So I have the very, very top of my piece of paper here that has the rounded scallop, and I'm going to take that and I'm gonna line that up on the 3.5 inch mark. And I'm going to score. And then I'm going to flip my paper around and I'm going to once again line this up on the 3.5 inch mark and score. And that makes these two little score lines. So we're done with our trimmer now. And all you have to do is fold on those two lines, and that creates our little box. Well, it's not really a box, but that creates our little standing tent guy. So I'm going to grab some glue dots, and I'm just going to put one at the top and then one in each corner on one side of our little piece here. So I have one right here, one right here, and one right here. And then I'm going to carefully bring these two edges together, line it up. I find it's easiest to try and line up the little tagged piece and then the scallops and just squish that together. And now it's our little tent that'll stand up just perfectly, just like that. So now, oh shoot. See, I did this last time too. Okay, I would recommend stamping and adhering these pieces first before you glue the pieces together. I don't know why I continually forget to do that, but I do. So I will show you the hard way. If you do it first, it's so much easier. But I'm going to take my stamp that says, "I am thankful for you," and my early espresso ink, and just ink that bad boy up. Stamp this down onto my white piece of cardstock. So stinking cute. Because I have my glue dots here already, I'm just going to use glue dots to adhere this. So I'm going to do one glue dot on one side and one on the other. You don't have to, you can just use regular snail or fast fuse or whatever you want. I just, instead of having to grab another adhesive out of my drawer, I'm just going to use what I have. And then I'm going to flip that over, grab a couple dimensionals. You guys know that I'd go dimensional crazy. Okay. And then, oops, I'm gonna bring in my little piece here. So like I was saying, if you wait to adhere these, it's a lot easier because it's flat, but I just kind of stick my finger in here and figure out where I want it to go and then push it down because I know where the dimensionals are. Super stinking cute, and it stands up just wonderfully. So the finishing touch is I'm going to bring in my burlap trim, or burlap ribbon, I guess is what it's called. Feed this through and find where I just put my scissors. They were just here. Oh, I guess I can try and use these. These aren't my good scissors though. They don't cut this. I just had them. Where did they go? Ah, they were right in front of me. Okay, so snip that off. Oops. And I'm just gonna keep this simple, and I'm just gonna tie a regular old knot in it. But you could do a fancy bow, you could do something frilly, you can do whatever you want. I just wanted to keep it a little bit more on the simple side, just like that. And then I'm going to trim these down just a hair. Make it look nice and pretty. And there's that. So here are my two little examples here. You can use all of the different designer series papers from this set. You can use any paper really. These are absolutely adorable. You could also, if you wanted to, slide like a piece of candy in here, or if you wanted to do like a little gift or like a little note saying why you're thankful for somebody, you could do that. You could also staple something in there so that if you wanted it to stay in there, if somebody was moving around with it, it wouldn't fall out. But these are super cute. The opening is just perfect to slide something in there. I just happen to have this card here, which is a little bit longer than a regular size like gift card, but if you wanted to do that, like these would be really cute for somebody at the office to slide like a Starbucks gift card in there and just set it on their desk. I think that would be adorable. I might actually do that now that I'm thinking of that. But anyway, those are our little treats for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. As always, all of the products are linked in the coordinating blog post, which is the first link in the description box below. I am still running my free online card class for November. Those I have just started packaging and shipping them out because I've been a little busy. So for those of you who have already earned the free card class for the month, you should be getting that fairly soon, as well as the video will be coming right at you. Other than that, I hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!